Our top story at noon, a cadaver dog aided the search for 2-year-old Genesis Reid this morning. That comes as we uncover new information about the girl's jailed mother. News 4's Jacqueline Lambert is in Enterprise with the latest developments in the search for Genesis. Jacqueline?
We saw a cadaver dog go into a wooded area around the home where Genesis lived with her mother. Of course, those dogs are trained for a specific sense, including those of human remains. Police still hold out hope that they will find the toddler whose mother, Adrienne Reid, claims disappeared from their home early Monday. Investigators believe she is lying and have charged her with false reporting to law enforcement. They theorize that whatever happened to Genesis occurred before Monday. This isn't the first time Adrienne has gotten in trouble with the law. 9 years ago, she pled guilty to using a sharp object to cut her mother multiple times. We're told she will appear virtually before a judge sometime today. At that time, that judge will set bond, but prosecutors are aiming for a high bail because they suspect that Adrienne Reid could eventually become a murder suspect. Live in Enterprise, Jacqueline Lambert, your hometown news leader.
Thank you, Jacqueline. Enterprise Police will provide their next public update later this afternoon. For now, that media briefing is set for 4:30.